Good morning, everybody. Jason here at Time Warp. And on tonight's show, I'm so excited because Steve and I got to spend time with Andy Schulist and Tony at Mad for Mod, which is located in Livonia. And we got to walk through their store because they specialize in mid-century modern. And they have some of the most crazy, fantastic, fabulous, rare items that I have ever seen. And not only are we going to walk through his location, but for the first time ever, we get to walk with Andy Schulist through his private collection at his home that will blow your mind. So I'm totally excited for this. So sit back, enjoy, because we're about to walk you through a timeline that is insane. Have a great time watching the show. I'll see you at the end. Bye.
Hello everyone, Steve with TWL. I'm here with Andy. He's a customer, a friend, and a fellow dealer. And we're at his shop. I've never been here before, and I'm quite enthralled with all the things that are here. Walk right in, and one of my favorites is the plastic front furniture. I think you said this is a Broyhill piece.
Chapter 1, yes.
Love it. Can you tell me more about the series, the line?
Yeah, the line came out in 1970. It was kind of similar version of Raymond Loewy's DF2000, and it was bedroom furniture. It came in this lemon yellow and a real eye-popping lime green, and the coffee table below might be a little hard to see. It was called Bittersweet, which was orange. They had that and side tables, but the rest of it was just the desk. That's probably the most collectible piece. And then they have other bedroom, chests, nightstands, different things, and china cabinets for dining room sets. And the lime green or this little eye-popping lemon yellow. It's molded, injected plastic fronts with built-in handles. They're not painted. It's original like that. And back in the day, there was a whole set of it on a game show that somebody won as a prize.
Now, the Loewy, his original intent was that people could, years later, update the colors with gluing fresh plastic fronts,
like fronts like that.
And did Broyhill look at it from that same perspective?
Not that I'm aware of. I don't think that they did for that. I think it was, it could stand up really well to abuse of children having the bedroom sets, because it wouldn't break maybe as much as, regular furniture, although I'm sure some of it got colored on or broken over the years too.
Yeah. Well, because one of our pride and joy of our own personal pieces is that Loewy DF2000 credenza, and the quality of that is just superior.
This stuff's very hard to find nowadays. It's well built, and I've seen people sell just the plastic panel pieces if you're lucky to find that. Yeah. A lot of times they'll paint them, or if the fronts go bad, really that's kind of the end of the furniture if you can't find the replacement pieces, because they wouldn't make anything like this new.
No.
It's been in several movies too, like different pieces of this line I've seen in a few movies.
Yeah, I'm completely partial to that. It reminds me of something you just seen in, what was the Woody Allen movie, Sleeper?
Oh yeah.
Sleeper, Clockwork Orange too, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm standing here with Andy. We're at Mad for Mod in Livonia. And Andy, what do you have in your hands? This is crazy.
It's a little hand-carved guitar instrument. It's made by a company called Whitco, Western International Trading Company out of Washington. They were started back in the late 50s or early 60s. And they made tiki furniture pretty much. If you go tour Graceland in Memphis, Elvis Presley has a whole jungle or rumpus room full of this furniture that he bought several years before he passed away, and it's all preserved. There's bar stools, they made lamps, they made instruments, they made wall hangings, they made waterfall fountains, and couches, chairs.
If I'm not wrong, when we go to your house to look at your private collection of stuff, you have some Whitco stuff that we're going to be talking about.
A few pieces here and there. Quite a bit.
So would you say you're building a jungle room like Elvis?
Yeah, I have beyond that. I don't have Elvis' singing voice. I can't dance for him like Elvis, but I'll tell you, I probably got more furniture than he does in his jungle room.
Yeah. This is awesome. Stuff like this is available here at Mad for Mod, as well as, tell me a little bit about this lamp.
1960s or 70s table lamp. It's got a three-way switch, and the light moves around to the different globes. You could put different bulbs in, maybe color changing bulbs if you wanted, with a lot of different technology.
What time frame would this be?
Probably late 60s, maybe 1970s.
So post-modernism a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really bright when it turns on. I swear you feel like you're in a tanning booth getting a tan.
What you're telling me is I need it in my living room.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I have a post-modernism.
We have the
gold one over here.
In gold.
And I love that you sat these next to these beautiful black chairs. A pair of Florence Knoll chairs. These are Knoll chairs.
Style.
Florence Knoll style chairs.
They've been newly recovered as well. They got beautiful chrome, shiny legs and frame.
Bendwood.
And then this, this gorgeous, black fabric.
But these would tie right in. So you could actually walk in here. You could, if you're moving to Michigan, if you're moving to the area from another area and you want a whole new look, you could actually walk into Mad for Mod and do your whole house. You wouldn't even have to cover half of it.
When you go to Florida, there's a store called Rooms to Go. It's new furniture. And some people can go and they say, I'll take that whole room right there. And they buy the whole room as it's set up. So we have people do that, or we have people just, buy a piece here or there. But they say, I like how you have this set up. I'll take these chairs. I'll take that lamp with it. I'll take the table. And they just envision it so much in their house, They just love how you set it up.
I think it's incredible. And then as we turn, Steve, if you want to go that way, we're going to go into this room. But I do want to show you that these chairs, so you have stuff for even nautical. These could fit right into nautical.
Yeah, kind of nautical, like.
Excuse me. And as we're walking through here, we're in Michigan, so we're surrounded. We have the largest freshwater lake, or largest freshwater shoreline, in the country. And so a lot of people like to decorate with nautical. These would tie right in.
Yeah, there's a lot of boat owners out there, and people, like any kind of nautical related stuff, like seashells, ships,
compass
ropes,
chairs, of course.
Things, like
compass chairs. Now, what's in here? Because you have rooms everywhere in here.
That's just a little different room there.
Let's take a look.
Extra pieces right in here we have.
We'll see you in there. So, okay, so I love this. Tell me.
It's a Rolling Stones wall hanging, like a blow mold.
Look at this. Everybody needs a big lip and tongue in here.
I couldn't find out much about it. It might be, a promotional thing for a Rolling Stones album or new songs that had come out back in the day. I like it because it's very much like pop art.
So this green top, that would match with the Broyhill stuff out there. Maybe.
It would match, but that's actually a Canadian designer. It's called Treco.
Treco.
It's Giovanni Marr for Treco. And they did the green, they did red, they did a light blue, they did different colors, but the same kind of thing with the molded plastic handles and shapes.
So it was awfully popular, just like with Knoll and with all of these other designers that were putting stuff out. There's always people who put out similar.
Yeah, I have a piece of it in my collection. Although it was made in Canada, a lot of it did end up in the United States somehow.
This looks familiar.
People moving or people, ends up in stuff and people.
We had a set of these once.
Carter Brothers scoop chair. I've got a black one out there.
I saw the black one out there.
We have
That's
the white one
nice.
here.
The Burlwood?
Yes.
Burlwood.
Mila Bowman for Thayer Cogman.
Yeah.
Burlwood expanding cart. It would
Very
go in the
nice.
dining room. The top expands out, and the cart rolls on wheels, and then you have some storage areas and storage shelving there.
So you have all these little rooms that have probably more things in them than my house. I mean, we got a little shot of the even though we're in the middle of or at the what month are we in? May. There's a Christmas tree back there. Silver.
You could open that door and maybe a room takes you to St. Clair Shores. Who knows?
You never know. I know, right? But so you guys have to come here. You have to take a look. Spend some time. They open at 3 o'clock. 3 to 7.
Monday through Friday. But you can call the number that you see on your screen and you can set up an appointment. If you see something that you like in here, tell them you saw it on here though. It's eye candy in here, I'm telling you. So anyways, we'll walk back out here. Oh, I love the rattan on these. Yeah, it's nice how they mix that with the chrome too.
Everybody looks around their house during the winter and says, I got to do something. I want a different look. I want a different style. I just want a different feel. So coming to Mad for Mod, you're going to get that. You're going to definitely get that. And we at Time Warp carry furniture, but not like this. This is where we send people that are looking for the good stuff.
We like to give people old-fashioned service in today's world.
Right.
You don't even get that in Macy's and clothing stores. They don't even know your name. They don't really want to help you much. They just don't care. That's a bygone era of where the owners work with you personally and help you out.
Yep.
And that's those kind of stuff.
So
businesses passed a long time ago.
If you need some good pieces of mid-century furniture that you don't see at Time Warp, we send you over here. You buy up your mid-century. You don't do a lot with smalls.
Right, not much.
You do some.
Some glassware and some things. You like the bigger pieces.
Right.
They're heavier to move, which makes it harder, but I don't know.
You come here, you pick up your furniture, you come to our store, you get all your knickknacks.
the stuff to cover it in.
All the stuff to cover it in, right?
And your patty wax.
And your patty wax. And your patty wax. Anyways, thank you for showing us your store. And I know that we are going to end the show at your house.
That's correct.
Showing your personal selection. So, anyways, Mad for Mod. What's the address again?
12335 Stark Road, Livonia, Michigan. We're just north of Plymouth Road where the iconic Tom Peddler Antique Mall is. Just south of Schoolcraft and the Freeway Service Drive. Just look for the railroad train tracks and the Action Office Center.
Literally, you get off on Farmington Road and you turn left on Stark. Take it down, turn left on Stark. Yep. And it's right over the railroad tracks. So tell me about that.
Which?
This looks like an alien overlooking.
Yeah, it's some weird lamp. I forget the name
of it. Oh, it's a lamp?
It
It lights up?
Yeah.
Is it like glow?
You can turn that little black thing there. Slide the switch.
Oh my!
I got it years ago. It was a couple years ago at the antique show in Cincinnati.
That is fantastic.
I forget the designer.
Is it fiberglass?
Yeah, it's almost spooky looking though, isn't it?
Yeah, but I like that about it.
That's what I liked about it. It was bizarre.
Yeah.
When I wake up, when I first got it, it looked like a person standing in the corner.
Okay, so
Like it freaked you out a
this
little
is
bit.
your bedroom. This is the main bedroom, right?
Yes. All the magic happens.
Check this out, Steve. I turned it on. It's a lamp. Isn't that crazy? Now, what did you say about this?
I got it at Cincinnati Monorism show a number of years ago. I don't remember the designer though.
But you bought it because it kind of gave you that.
Yeah, I
creepy
needed
look.
a lamp for my room. I liked the fiberglass.
Uh-huh.
I liked that it kind of looks like funky. I never seen anything like it.
And tell me again about this, because you have a really unique bed cover here.
Yes, it's supposed to look like an egg kind of. It's shaggy fur. It would at one time it would have functioning 8-track in here if that works still with speakers. I think I added a disco ball.
And I see there's mirrors up there. So, this
No
is your
comment on
shagadelic, right?
No comment on the mirrors.
You said it came from the hotel chain?
I think they had them in hotels back in the day.
In the Minute Hotels or
I
whatever.
got them from some guys at Royal Oak.
And then again, Broyhill?
Yep, Broyhill Chapter 1. That's the really rare green desk. That's the gentleman's chest. The bookcase is really rare. And I have 2 nightstands.
Peter Max curtains?
Yep, and the TV cabinet is Trecco, Giovanni Marco Trecco, Canadian.
And you said something about this is extremely rare.
Bill Curry for stem
Is it plugged in?
line. It works, yeah. It's called a cattails lamp. The lights
Isn't that
shine out.
beautiful?
Looks supposed to look like cattails.
Right next to a Seth Thomas clock. Love the Color Check RCA promotional piece.
I think I got that on
and the
eBay.
7-Up clock. That looks very Memphis State movement. Tell me about this.
It was a Pantone style piece. I got it several years ago at a Louis booth up in Oddfellows. Remember Louis?
I know Louis.
Yeah, we got it up there. And
Rest his soul.
yeah, I didn't know much about it, but they left the stuff to this guy Mike, who's since passed away too. So I don't know who's running the booth now, but
Wow.
I found it. I don't remember if it was signed or not, but when I put it on Instagram, a lot of people were trying to buy it.
Of course they
One lady
were.
was asking, offering good money, but I don't want to
I
sell
love it. And then, of course, your matching chair.
Yeah, the chair, I forget who made that one, but it's not too common. It came
No.
from Antiques on Main Sale.
Okay, so I just realized this is all one piece, your bed,
Yeah,
including the
it's the
footboard.
same furniture as those shelves you liked in the front room, the yellow and the...
Is it?
Yeah, it's called Umbo. And you would buy it and you build it like Lego bricks. You build into different shapes. I built a bed, you could build shelving, you could build like different stuff with it.
How fun.
It came out in the mid to late 70s. They discontinued because the chemicals that made the plastics got really high.
So it's almost fake light with
Yeah.
the cyanide in it.
So they have the off-white, yellow, brown, and the orange.
Very nice. What other rooms do you got?
Orange office in here with an orange.
You want to show us?
Orange Umbo.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the same coffee table. That's Umbo right there. That's
Oh,
orange.
as your bedroom set.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have the same coffee table. This is amazing.
Unusual bookcase.
Unusual, very atomic.
We thought it might have been a
looking.
bookcase for legs, pantyhose displays, but I'm not sure.
Still, it's absolutely
I
stunning.
got it years ago in a trade with a guy and picked it up, and not in the best of shape. That's why I kind of tied it to the wall.
Love this.
Vogue Vintage.
This?
Yeah. There's 2 of them.
Very
in the
nice.
room.
Love that.
I don't know where
I
that came from.
mean, all the stuff you have. And
And so
then-
I like electronic shaped
Yep.
like globes like that. Different funky stuff.
Isn't that cool? And then we'll sneak into the room right over here before we take you guys downstairs to the dungeon,
Oh, that's all the magic happens.
where all the magic happens. All right, so this room here, kind of a guest room-ish office type area, lounging.
The desk.
What is this here?
I bought it recently on the east side. It was some unusual sculpture. The lady had been
That
using
is
it
very good. Why is this in a
outside.
case? It's
It's a Peter Max signed pillow.
Signed by Peter Max.
I was using that outside.
The sculpture, yeah.
Wow.
I got it from that guy at the farmer's market. He passed away. I can't remember.
Broyhill?
It was. No, it's
No?
Giovanni Marford Trecco. It's Canadian.
Okay.
I got it when I was in Toronto.
I like the chair. The chair's cool.
Chair is David Rowland, I think it's called.
Wow. How do you remember all these names?
I don't know. I just kind
My
of remember.
goodness. And then go ahead.
The couch, I don't know if it's any particular designer. It's made in Canada. Got it from a lady whose mom had passed away. She was getting rid of some things, and I like the pattern and the print.
I like the colors. See, this is what I like.
These are new, but the tops are reversible. They change colors.
They're really cool. And I know that that's a repop of the marshmallow.
It is.
But you know what? A new marshmallow is super expensive, and I am going to tell you from experience of sitting on marshmallow couches, they're not comfortable at all.
No, they're very, very good. Fines, Eastern Airlines, Bill Knapp's, original New York Seltzer, Farmer Jack's. I have vintage sprinkler collection too.
I love the pot.
Check this out. I've got vintage in-ground sprinkler collection, largest collection in the United States of in-the-box Rainbird sprinklers from the 70s and 80s. Because I use them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they don't make ones like this anymore.
So you buy them whenever you can find them.
Yeah, they're all brass inside.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, uses
I have more, twice as much over there.
So you're the person that we would see when we open up when we stumble across a old, what do they call them that they used to build underground during the 60s? Bomb shelters. When we discover an old bomb shelter and we open it up, we find you living there.
Probably.
We find you living there. So this is a Whitco piece here, right?
Yes, it is. It's a part
Okay.
of a planner, but it's incomplete.
It looks like a paddle to me for the
I
kids.
found it in an antique store. Oh,
What's that?
there's more light here if you want.
Is that a Howard
Let me
Johnson's
get the
weather
light from
thing?
the corner. Yes.
Oh. I would say it's a paddle for the kids.
This right here is from the restaurant.
Oh.
That one's from the restaurant. And that one's from the Motor Lodge. The A-frame Motor Lodge one's really rare.
How does one obtain something of such magnitude from a restaurant?
This I got on eBay.
Okay.
A lot of them got melted down during the war to make war weapons. This
Okay.
one I found on Marketplace. It was advertised as garden art for $100.
I thought maybe you went to one of the last ones and said,
No.
how much do you want for that affair? Okay, so this is Whitco. We're sitting at a rare Whitco bar, right?
That's correct.
As you guys can see here, I mean, look at these stools.
Carvings on
Very
the side.
heavy, very heavy carvings with your tiki gods here. And then the top of it. Oh,
I have just mugs. I have a Whitco catalog here. Stuff from the Mauna Loa and Chin Tiki.
all right. So give us a little explanation of Whitco and when Whitco's from. I know that Elvis Presley had the Whitco room, and
He
that
did.
kind of helped make it a very popular thing. But I know that we had the Mauna Loa here and
Right.
Tiki here.
Correct.
And then there was major tiki places around the country.
Hawaiian Gardens and Holly's another really big one. It was a resort, a hotel, dance floor, a restaurant. I have some memorabilia on the
Oh,
coffee
really?
table over
That's
there.
no longer there.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's a
okay.
trailer park now.
So, what is it about Whitco that you love?
Just that it's unique, it's different, it's not necessarily liked by everybody. Some people appreciate it and some don't, but it's one of a kind. There's not imported knockoffs like people knock so many things off nowadays.
When did you first learn about Whitco?
When I toured Graceland, over 10 years ago, I saw the jungle room. It felt really relaxing, and I envisioned Elvis just sitting in there after a stressful, day, just looking at this furniture. I thought, gosh, that stuff is really, really neat. Some people call me the Whitco Whisperer. It's out there and I just find it.
we find Whitco here and there, but we do not find it like you two. You must, like you do. Like this chair. This is a double-faced one. We've had the single one.
There's
like,
a male and a female.
similar to what we're sitting on I've had before, but this is a crazy piece. I love it.
Every piece here has a story, you know. Some of my collector friends or other dealers will look out for it too if they pick it up. Or they'll tell me that, hey, you know, you do Whitco, there's some Whitco over there. I look everywhere you can think of, you know, Craigslist, eBay, you know, Facebook Marketplace, everywhere. Just looking
do you have
for
a
stuff.
favorite piece in the Whitco that you have?
I really like the fountain.
The fountain over here?
This fountain or the other fountain over there. The fountain's really one of the hardest ones to
I was
find.
going to say, is it one of the rarest?
Some collectors, you know, search over 20 years to find a fountain.
I would think this would be, but are these more common?
That's pretty rare too. That series is called the Chateau series, the coffee table matches. This is like a folding screen.
Okay.
Or like divider. Some Whitco is more like conquistador, Spanish or medieval looking, which I'm not into that.
I love the alligator bench.
Yep, they did animals like that. There's a frog, an alligator, there's a hippo, the turtle. There's different like animals like that that go, and I put them with the fountain. I thought that was kind of appropriate.
That's beautiful. That is fantastic. It actually lights up the Whitco nicely.
I think I had one too many orange Julists at the mall when I was a kid.
When it's, I love that. Are you kidding? So this, you have a chair like a captain's chair almost.
Yeah, I got the chair and couch from another collector who knew that I liked Whitco. He had found it actually Dixieland Flea Market.
Is this the other fountain?
Yeah, it works too if you want.
Yeah. Oh no, that's fine. I mean, and then you have the bench.
Let's see, we'll put it in. Why not?
Oh yeah, look. Then you have the bench, but so I mean, this is amazing. Look over. I mean, did you get all this, Steve, with the different instruments?
That's a Whitco totem pole. That's three different guitar musical things.
This is Whitco as well.
I have posters on the ceiling. These posters too. I have the unusual grandfather clock. That's not too common. I've had this one. I sold another one once. This is a floor lamp. Table lamp. That's a Giraffe magazine holder. That's an end table.
I love it.
I got an Elvis statue because of Graceland.
Yes, absolutely.
That's a little stool. It's not too common. This is a long coffee table. I have some stuff from Hawaiian Gardens over there. A brochure, a plate, a mug, some menus. It was a big resort in Holly.
Oh, really?
Yep.
So, and then you have more Whitco over here. You have the bench table.
That's a games table or bench table or coffee table.
Or a lover's table to sit on each end.
There you go.
And then this one. But then we move into like colorful again. Over here with these chairs, we have one of these as well.
This lights up. It's a UFO.
Oh, that's awesome. Look, here is a tall big boy. Look at that. Isn't that fantastic?
He's a 6-footer.
Yes, I'll come stand over here.
No, we're not serving hot fudge cakes after the interview.
No, we're not. So we're standing next to the big boy, and you have another one outside as well.
Yep.
This lights up as a flying saucer. Who are these again? I forgot.
Ariel Arnio or something. I don't know how to say it. I don't know if they're real.
We have one as well. But
do they?
I love this.
There's a look at this cool payphone inside here. Oh, this is vintage, but this I put a big payphone in there.
Oh. That's hilarious.
They had these in the 60s. They came in blue and then in red.
Oh, they did come in red as well.
I forget the designer, but I found it at an antique mall in Florida.
That is fantastic. You got the Farrell sign.
I got old menus here, restaurant menus. I got an A&W drive-in board here.
Yep. The Happy Days, what is that? The pinball machine. But I love the Farrell sign. Those of you who grew up all over the country, apparently. I guess.
They closed and actually they reopened them. Marcos Lemenos, the TV personality, bought the brand, relaunched like 4 or 6 in California. I think one in Hawaii, and then they failed again. I was lucky enough to go in 2017 near Palm Springs, right by Knott's Berry Farm, and they had a working restaurant there and everything. We went there and enjoyed it. Then they closed down. And
you know what? In Knott's Berry Farm, right?
What?
It was in Knott's Berry Farm.
No, near it.
Near it?
Yeah.
I may have been to one then.
And one day I was on eBay and I saw the sign come up and I was like, couldn't believe it. How am I going to get that here? I found a shipper. He said, I'll pick it up and brought it here to change some of the bulbs and stuff. And I was going to hang it on the wall, but it's too big and heavy.
Did you get it from the actual company? Or
No, it was
like buy it and then
it was
put
some
up?
kind of reseller. I think he bought stuff from auctions and closeouts. I don't know.
I love it. You have Kmart,
I
the
have
big K.
cookie company, A&W, these Tiffany lights.
Is this Mass Whitco as well?
Let me see.
No.
Got this,
I'm at home now.
this Rocket Gumball machine. Oh, look at you. You're like,
I'm at home now. This is what I like. Look at this light, you guys.
look at that.
It's fantastic.
It's atomic. They use them for like road travelers to attract people to stop at a hotel or a restaurant. But if you stare at it for a while, kind of like you just feel it later. Like
We have the red and black side of this.
You do?
Yeah. It's so funny. You look at, I mean, you've got your television over here, your old school television, your RCA. I noticed you had the RCA dog upstairs.
Oh yeah.
So the Tubby sign, you know, the very first Tubby's that opened is across from our
I
store.
want the statue so bad. I know a guy that has one, but he wants
really?
a lot of money. It's, you know, it's a big statue with the Tubbies holding the
Oh
flag.
yeah, you're gonna need a bigger warehouse. Do you like watching movies and shows and stuff from this time period as well?
Yeah, not shows as much, but I watch Leave It to Beaver, The Brady Bunch, stuff like that.
What about Auntie Mame? Did you ever see that?
He's more the TV guy.
Okay, because watch Auntie Mame if you get a chance, because she has a habit of changing her house every season, and she changes it to stuff like this.
Really?
And even like furniture that moves up and down when you press buttons and everything. It was,
Wow.
It was really cool. So I see you have some autographed signs behind you. You've met some people.
I do, yeah. We go to concerts sometimes in Dearborn at the Michael Guido Performing Arts Theater, and they have the real bands come there, old bands from like my parents' time.
Nice.
And they sing their songs, and then you can get their autographs after. You can buy like a CD or a shirt or something, and they'll autograph the tickets for you.
So do you just walk around sometimes when you're here alone and you just are just amazed with everything that's around you?
Yeah, sometimes it doesn't seem like a lot. My parents said, you're going to end up on those hoarders TV shows. I said, it's organized hoarding, though. There's pathways to get
I was going to
through.
say, we walked around in here nicely.
You won't find like dead cats everywhere, like some you see on those hoarder shows.
No, not at
They're
all.
so disgusting.
So is there one piece that you're on the hunt for? Is there something that is your holy grail that you haven't come across yet or gotten?
Oh, gosh.
Because you seem to have all of my holy grails here.
I don't know. I just... Not in my mind I can think of, but I probably just see it sometime when I was out and
Right.
about, or when somebody called me to a pick to look at some furniture, or I was
And boom,
at a
there it
estate sale,
is.
and there it is. But I can't think offhand of one that'd be
No.
like, you know...
So if I threw out like, do you have a favorite designer? I know I asked you this there, but wait for your personal.
Not really. I mean, I like more stuff like Cartel, Joe Colombo, that Umbo, that plastics, colorful stuff from the 60s.
Yes, yeah, I like that
You know,
too.
a lot of that stuff more.
Yeah.
And then, like, these couches aren't a designer. I just like the color. I like the look to them.
They look great.
They're nothing high end, but they were one of my first pieces I ever got.
So, I am blown away. I know Steve was blown away. I love the Kleenex tissue pillow.
Oh, thank you. I didn't blow my nose on it. Don't worry.
At not only the quality of the stuff and the quantity of the stuff that you have at Mad for Mod, which you guys have to get down there and get, because if you like, I mean, he shops for the store. So you're seeing the type of stuff he shops for, not just what you see at the store, but here as well. And, but none of the stuff you see here is for sale. This is all your personal collection.
Correct.
But there are very similar stuff at Mad for Mod. And if you're looking for something, do you keep,
Sometimes
like
we
if
do.
somebody says, I'm looking for this.
Sometimes we do, but in the past, sometimes we'll call them and they go, I already found that. I don't know
Yeah,
anymore.
and then
We always tell them to follow our Instagram. We post most new things on there, or our Facebook or something, and our store page. And if they see something they like, they can reach out and say, "Hey, I've been looking for that."
And your Instagram is
Mad MAD and the number 4 Mod LLC.
LLC. And then of course you can also follow the page, the group as well. Information is in the group on how they could buy from you as well, right?
Right.
So, or you could buy from you right from the group.
Yeah, we also
you
buy
sell-
things too. It's important to note that.
Yeah, well, you bought all this stuff. So,
We
but
buy
you-
from like private sellers. I mean,
Oh, yeah, yeah,
somebody
yeah.
has some private stuff. Like if someone passed away and they're cleaning a house out, or downsizing, divorce,
Oh,
illness, different
absolutely.
reasons why people may be getting rid of collections.
well, half of this probably came that way.
Probably. I mean, every
yeah.
piece in here has a story. I'm
It
sure.
does. But
you know.
you know what? I am beyond thankful that you allowed us to come into not only your store but your home, because I know you don't let a lot of people in your house
That's
to
true.
see the collections that you have. But I got to tell you, you know what? I go to, my mom lives in Las Vegas, right? And we go there a lot. And I have been to the Neon Museum.
I've been there.
The Neon Museum.
Yeah, I love that.
And this reminds me of that when
It
I walk
does?
through here, because it reminds me that this is all iconic things from our past that people I know would love to see and be a part of. So that's why they opened the Neon Museum. Maybe you should charge for people to come in your house.
Yeah, I've been to the one in Cincinnati too.
I didn't know
Museum.
they had one.
Yep.
A Neon Museum there?
Neon,
A sign,
yep. Sign,
really?
sign Neon Museum, and I highly recommend it. They just expanded it. They've got the Holiday Inn sign with the spiky thing. They've got the Arby's sign, McDonald's, Howard
Oh, wow.
Johnson's. And they have a little gift shop. You
That's
can buy
cool.
shirts. It's right in Cincinnati. I recommend it.
Have you been to the Neon Museum since it's moved?
Where, in Vegas?
Yeah.
I didn't know it moved.
Yeah, they just moved it from its location because they redid the entire strip.
Oh, wow.
And they put it in a different location in the Arts District where it's
Do they
a
keep
little
that
bit
white,
nicer.
like, the lobby thing? That
Yeah.
Oh, there was a whole story about that. It
Yep.
was designed as a motel lobby.
Yeah,
you
they
know.
moved the entire thing
Oh, my God.
because where it's used to sit is now a major hotel is going
Wow.
up there. But anyways, so Mad for Mod, you can see all the information down below, and make sure you give them a call because I know all of our watchers are looking for something, and if we don't have it, Mad for Mod will definitely have it when it comes to furniture and mid-century postmodernism, 50s to the 70s, right?
Yep. Some 80s, but not,
Yeah.
too much. Some people will tell you 80s is not collectible, but we have had and sold it. But
Well, you know what?
In your 20s and 30s, it's what they want.
yeah.
So what we find that happens, and you probably find this too, is when people are denied something as a child or as a teenager, when they get old enough and make their own money, they go and buy what they were denied.
Yeah. But they want the stuff that grandparents had or parents had or
Yep.
like relatives that have long deceased and they want to, they want to have the memories of, oh, my grandma had this, or, oh, when I was sitting on that couch, I felt so like safe and protected and peaceful and,
Right.
and
Absolutely.
so they want to buy back their childhood, stuff that they grew up with.
Hey, you guys. So Jason here again at with TWL. And what did you think of that? Walking through Andy's home, seeing all of the beautiful pop art, the color, the craziness from the 50s, 60s, 70s, the atomic era. It is colorful. It is beautiful. And we want to thank Andy so much, Andy and Tony, for giving us this time to walk through their personal life as well as through their store. So go check them out, you guys. All the information for Mad for Mod in Livonia is down below. And we will see you next time on